Hello, this is Will from JourneyToWallStreet.blogspot.com. I just wanted to give a quick trade review for March 21st, 2012. Well, as I mentioned in yesterday's review, today I wanted to try something just a little bit different. The whole point of today was to try to focus on one play, and it's the pullback plus play. If you remember from yesterday's trade in pot, I wanted to find a setup similar to this, and I want to do this for the entire week. So the setup is like this: strong stock with either gaps higher or opening drive, pulls back, and you start to buy. All right, and then once it goes higher, it pulls back again and makes a higher low, and then you get into another position. So today, this is all I wanted to focus on. I didn't want to care about position sizing or tiering or anything. I just wanted to see if I was disciplined enough to only look for this play and only trade this play. So with that said, let's take a look at my trades. And as you can see, I did really well today. I was able to do exactly what I wanted to do, and I found the right stocks to be in. As you can see here, I had very little volume. It was not my intent to get bigger. It was my intent to be disciplined and follow my rules. So I only traded 3 stocks today. So let's quickly go through them. First was Green Mountain Coffee. Gapped up higher. You can't see the pre-market here, but it was a very strong push on the pre-market because of news from Starbucks and Green Mountain continuing to do some K-cup stuff. Anyways, I waited for a pullback. I didn't want to get in here because I thought my risk was kind of high, and I was just too slow to enter. But on this pullback, I did get in. Then once I got in, notice how it was a higher low here. Once I got in, it pretty much trended along very nicely, and I got in again on this pullback. I sold a little here from my earlier lot at around 55, but I held on to the rest. As you can see, it started to get a little bit overextended from the trend line. During this time, I kept moving my stop higher and higher just to ensure that I lock in my trades. So I moved it up here, and then I moved it up here. But it started to get late, so I just took the sale at 57. But yeah, the whole point is I found this setup, and I traded it the way I want to trade it. Another stock was Nflx. Of course, similar story. Strong move, pulls back. I did not get involved here. Another move up, and a much kind of more significant pullback, and this is when I got involved here. And even though it kind of pulled back here, I didn't get involved on that trade. All I did was get in here, and once it reached about this area, I got flat, which I'm fine. That was my target. I only had 1 lot, so I was happy to make that trade. Had I had more lots, or if my intention was to try to tier in and get bigger and stuff like that, I would have probably sold some here and held on to the rest, because you can kind of see it's still trending up higher as it's still going. Another trade I was in was in Bidu. Again, similar story. Opening drive, pulls back, another one, pulls back again. This time I got involved here. I put my stop below here. I didn't really want to give it all the way down to this wick, but I figured this was significant enough where I would know if I'm right or wrong. On this trade, it pulled back again, and this time I did get in. I did get in on this one, and I raised my stop for both lots here. I got a partial fill actually. Once it kind of broke through this downtrend or mini downtrend, I took some sales here with my partial lot, and eventually I got flat at my target, which was near the high of the day at that time. So very easy trades. I didn't try to do too much, and it all paid off really well for, especially for the amount of shares that I traded, which was nothing. So one big difference that I did today versus yesterday is I was more patient and actually actively looking for my setup, not just any setup, but my setup. So I had a little notepad list of just things I was taking notes on. So I list down all my strong stocks for today, or whatever I saw during the morning. I added phantom shares to a whole bunch of stuff. I eyeballed a few things like BBY. So let me bring up that chart real quick. So strong move, and I was thinking about getting involved on this move, but I felt it wasn't a significant pullback. It was more of a bear flag, or excuse me, a bull flag than anything else. And I really wanted something that was a pullback and not just a flag. So I started looking at this area here, and I don't know. I didn't take this trade because I checked the ATR. It wasn't that great. It kind of made the significant move already, and I don't think the ATR is going to allow it to go any further. So I didn't take this trade. Would I have still been in it? I don't know. I might have been stopped out here, but that's okay. So I just wrote down my thoughts and pick my favorite stocks. So I was just waiting, and that's all I needed to do. Find the charts that looked like it had promise. Pick the ones that I liked the best, and just wait. And once my setup happened, just pounce on it. Pretty easy, and I made a very nice gain with, again, under 1,000 shares traded. That's pretty incredible. So there you have it. That's my review for today, and hopefully I can keep this up for the next 4 or 5 trading days. It does help that the market's been overall bullish, but if I could just find those relative strength stocks even in a down market, then this play can still be valid. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.